Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we're going to be back in Minecraft today. We're going to be working on the geode amethyst farm. We got it set up for the collection, but we don't have any of the pistons yet in place. So that's the mission for today, which means live redstone. So bear with me as I sort it all out. If you want to check out the latest episode of the Spawn Chunks, that's available on YouTube. It's also on your favorite podcasting app. It's free. It's a news show all about Minecraft. Pixelriffs and I did another episode yesterday that was almost entirely email from our listeners. So instead of doing a main discussion, we answered 4 emails from the inbox, and we also talked about the news, which was a little bit of adjustments to the spear and some behind the scenes stuff on the latest snapshot for Mounts of Mayhem. And if you missed it last week, the server is updated to 1.21.10. So we do have a happy ghast. We've got shelves. We will eventually have copper golems, but I haven't done anything with them yet because I don't know where I'm putting my main storage. So that's the hang up right there. Glam Pixie, hello, how's it going? Blast Jordan, Dan Grice, good to see you. Thou Blockhead, welcome back. Thanks very much. Kind words, appreciate it. Leaf Storm, the Wormbow, Bally, all kinds of regulars hanging out in the chat. A little early today. I was just up at the crack of Zero Dark stupid. So I thought, well, why not just start the stream early? So let's dive right in. Speaking of dark, it looks like it's going to be getting dark soon here. I need to organize this stuff. I've got lots of levels. Let's take a moment here and do some things. So that's our pale oak box. What else we've got here? We've got, that's concrete. I think I was using white concrete powder. That shows up pretty well. Mushrooms, that's glass. I feel like we had probably white glass. Oh no, this is stained glass. This is the stained glass box. The light blue shulker. This may or may not show up very well. That doesn't look all that nice. They looked better the other way around. Oh, that reminds me. I did install mod menu. So I should be able to go into the shulker box labels. Flat rendering enabled. Render label items atop shulker boxes. Large flat rendering. I think I prefer this. I don't know how I have that. Item rotation. Icons. Sure. Hands. Oh, okay, cool. Here we go. Hands rendering mode. Render label item in 3D or ISO mode when held. I like ISO. GUI. Oh, here we go. That's the difference. ISO 3D. I think we'll go with the ISO. World. I like ISO in the world better too. It's just that they don't all look the same. Yeah, I think I'd rather not have them stick out, so it's a sacrifice we have to make. I'll enable that. I'm guessing the white is enabled. Yep, they spin. I guess a white glass is probably going to show up as well. Yeah, that looks better than the blue. The blue kind of looked muddy and weird. Ice. I feel like the ice box should be light blue, not magenta. Not magenta, cyan. That's my only light blue. Still getting used to the new dye sprites too. Okay, that's the ice done. Wool. This is colored wool. We can maybe do purple wool. I will eventually have shulker boxes for each of these. That's harder to see than I thought it would be. Alright, we can put these down. Redstone. That's going to be easy. And we can do copper. Cool. This is purple. Actually, it's just the end box. Spruce. Hanging sign. I use the hanging signs for all the woods because it's all carved and what's the word I'm looking for? Crafted. Whereas if I have a log box, I'll just put a log on the top of it. These are just empty shulker boxes that don't need anything. And this is just clear glass, so that's an easy fix too. These should be pretty easy to tell apart. Yeah. And then these are just stuff that's full of crap. Okay. How do people feel about the new dye sprites? I know they've been in the game for a few months now, but I'm just curious how people feel. I think I like them. I think some of them are a little bit similar. Like I think from a design perspective for accessibility, the shapes are a little bit samey. But I think they look cool. They look more like a modern sprite, I think. John, thanks for the follow, and Curly Noodle Chick, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Zero, no, we're not in a different schedule. I was just up super early this morning and decided to start streaming rather than sitting around and waiting. I thought if I gave myself some more time, I might be able to get the farm done today. I've been thinking about doing more. The weather is starting to turn here, and I've been thinking about doing more streams during the day if I can, but I have to get, I mean, to be frank about it, like I have to up the support somehow before I can start dedicating a lot more time. I don't know how much of this could go into the dyed box. Turns out quite a bit. I don't know why I have this many panes. I don't know if my mods allow me to dye panes or not. Okay, so some of this stuff we're not going to need. I don't think we need the spruce. Oh, I've only got 9 pistons. I should make some pistons before I do anything. That's what I had done. Okay. Pale oak's part of the design. The copper I need to find a spot for up here. I guess this is just as good a spot as any. I don't think we're going to need the glass or the stained glass. Keep all of those. Also, wool we don't need. Now just to empty these guys. We need a shulker box for andesite, apparently. Yes, we do. Nope, not those. Oh, did I make that the right color? Yeah, it's just in shadow. Cool. I feel like this needs to be maybe a crafted andesite box. Do we just call it andesite? Maybe do polished. Yeah, that works. Just check these ones before they're all full. Okay. Yet another stone shulker box. I really want to be able to hit enter there and have it come out of the crafting interface. Almost there. Uh-oh. That's never a good sign. Server's being laggy. Why did it say there was one? I never thought that there was one other person online, but I was like, it must have been me. Clay is now full. Do we have other clay in here? Just there. It's too bad there's not more colors for shulker boxes. Probably put tough on there. Does make it so much easier to see what's going where. And the other mod that I've completely forgot to get this morning was the sound control mod that allows me to shut up the happy ghast. Mikatu, good to see you. Hello. Just doing a little housekeeping here before we get into the farm, so I have a nice roomy inventory. That full. That's full. I think I need another box for... Oh no, we're not quite there yet. This I can free up though. We had more room in that stone box if I recall. Yep. Oh, that doesn't fit. We don't need it. We can just compost it. That's fine. this dirt. I could be setting up some small dye farms too, just to run in the background. I was thinking this morning as I was watching YouTube that having a facility here in the sci-fi area that does all the oh, I see. I think I was supposed to replace that. Does all the dyes. I think that would be really cool, especially because we could use crafters to just kind of create all of the dyes, I think. The only thing that would be difficult would be the brown, and I think there's anything else that's tricky. I feel like you can't get light blue naturally. I guess we'd have to have a flower farm, but I don't know what flowers show up on the Mushroom Island if you do like one of those shifting floor farms. All right, that was like a full 10 minutes of inventory management. Basalt. We'll keep this on us because there's probably going to be more basalt down there. Now we have got 2 empty shulkers. Oh yeah, sci-fi crafters would be definitely the way to go. Problem with dyes is that a good number of them come from biome-specific flowers. I'm not sure how you even get any flowers in this biome, or just poppies and dandelions. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure. Some of it we can get. So like anything that comes from a 2-tall flower we can do. Ink we can get from squid. I think we have to have a manual brown farm dye for cocoa beans. But like it's the blues that are the problem. Right? Like you can get cyan if you got cactus. And white's no problem. So that takes care of the grays, but then how do you get the purples? Right? Okay, I feel like I need more purple. And I need to repair my pickaxe. So let's go back to Dartmouth Meadows. I'm going to see if MacCast has any purple in his purple farm. I might have some purple in the Modern City too. Oh, you know what? I've got some in the end here. I think I've got some purple here in this box. Yes, not a lot, but some. We're going to be doing mostly slabs, so this should be fine. We'll leave a little bit just in case. So we have mostly pillars. Don't know how much good that's going to do us. We'll check MacCast's farm as well. Blue from lapis, yeah, but that's not renewable, right? That's the thing. Unless you get it from a piglin bartering farm, which I don't think you do. I gotta remember how to get to Maccasts. There it is there. I don't know if the path is over this way. Yes. Is there a thing? Here's the thing. That's not the output, Jess. There it is. Nice. Okay. We should be okay. It's a fun build, actually. If I remember, I think I made the entrance to it for him. That's that. We'll make a quick trip to the zombified piglin farm. If there's a dripstone cave or deep dark biome nearby, cornflowers do have a chance of generating after bone mealing. Cornflowers. Those are the blue ones, right? We don't have a dripstone cave, but we've got lots of lush caves. But the lush caves, I think, are just going to give us moss-related stuff, right? I really wish I could find a connected texture mod that was updated to 1.21.10. If anybody knows of one, let me know. I'd like to not have the grids attached. Another reason it would be good to have that volume attachment mod to control some of the sounds for the annoying stuff like the piglins. Is that the only thing I need to repair? Double 2. Oh, they're no longer mad at me. Huh. Usually they stay angry for a very long time. Should you tell a bad joke to summon them? I mean, it would anger just about anybody. You switched from continuity to fusion. I looked at fusion before I started, but is fusion for fabric? I didn't see it. I saw fusion. Proofreading is the least fun of academia. Yeah, I don't like reading my own work either. Dan, 100%. Agreed. I think it's different, Mikatu, if you're proofreading something in a different language. I think that's... My issue is that my formal grammar, in terms of, like, written grammar, is terrible. Other than being a big fan of the Oxford comma, like, there's not a lot of stuff where I feel that I'm super strong. I mean, I do a lot of corrections on the emails that we get to the spawn chunks. Without calling out anybody, some of the emails that we get, sometimes we don't even put them on the show because they're just so hard to read. The amount of unnecessary capital letters in the middle of sentences is just astounding to me. I don't know whether it's just people that do typos that just don't care to fix them, or whether people really think that capitalizing words in the middle of sentences is appropriate. writing emails is an art in and of itself. Yeah, I mean, sometimes. I mean, when you're writing an email to a Minecraft news show as a fan that wants to get it read on the show, you'd think that people that want it read on the show would proofread it. And I'm always careful about throwing shade because sometimes, as Mikatu pointed out, people writing into the show, English is not their first language. So, but I can usually tell. Like, I can usually tell when someone's like struggling with like the wrong word or the wrong, not wrong word, but like sometimes when people use a phrase, like an English phrase, and they get the English phrase wrong, I can say, okay, that person, English is not their first language. But then there's other people where very clearly English is their first language and they either don't care or didn't bother to proofread the email. We also rewrite some of them in terms of readability. Like sometimes a written email will look good when you reread it in your head, but then when Johnny and I go to say it out loud, I will readjust some of the sentences, and sometimes I replace words too. Someone might write in and say, I wish they would change this, or I wish they would change that. And I'll change they to Mojang, because I'm always thinking like, what if someone is writing it, is listening to the show for the first time? And so I always kind of make the email sound just a little bit more specific and formal to be just like, oh, I wish Mojang would change this about Java Minecraft or whatever, as opposed to, I wish they would change this, right? It makes it a little bit more specific. So I'll get a couple levels while I'm here, just so that we can label more shulker boxes. Because one of the cool things about that shulker box label mod is that it does cost you a level every time you do it. So it's not free, and I like that. It's like it creates a reason to get levels at endgame, right? Because outside of enchanting, I don't really have a reason. Iris Bear, you have a list of changes for Mojang, but it wouldn't make a concise email. Here's the thing, Iris. Pick one or pick two that are related and write in with those. Especially if it's like a short email that could make a decent conversation. Because sometimes our main topics, we'll pull an email and say, this is a good email. It's actually a long answer, so we'll make it the main discussion on the show. Or if it's a really short email that's just like, I really don't like the way that vines work. Here's how I wish they would work. Thanks, Iris. Like, as an example, that would go in our chunk mail dispenser episode, which is what we did yesterday. And those little short emails are great because then we can pump like 4 or 5 of them into a chunk mail dispenser episode. And those are great because the chunk mail dispenser is a little bit more of a random selection of topics, whereas emails week to week, I try to choose emails on the show that are related to either the news or our main discussion or like the zeitgeist of the game right now. So people that are writing in about the spear and about Mobs of Mayhem, they're probably going to get a closer look than someone writing in for the 1,000th time wondering when the end update is going to happen. Like, we're not, it's a good, even if it's a great email, we're probably not going to talk about it on the show because we've talked about it before and it's not what people are talking about in the Minecraft space right now. You tried Java again recently and found another new thing. Oh, is it mostly like Java versus Bedrock stuff? Most of yours are Bedrock, yeah. Out of curiosity, Iris, is there a lot of Bedrock to Java jealousy? Like, do you want to spend more time in Java, or are you like me, where you play Bedrock and therefore Java drives you crazy, and I play Java and therefore Bedrock drives me crazy? Proofreading what one has written is different from proofreading somebody else's writing. Yep, that's true. That's why when I did my books, I always got an editor. With the exception of my comics I had to proofread myself. Cat Lady's a Bedrock player. Sometimes you wish you could play Java. Nice. I feel like 25 levels is probably enough. I didn't catch any response from Jumbo. Was fusion something that was fabric related, the mod? Oh wow, we barely have room for that. That's cool. Anybody else go crazy when they accidentally nudge their items? Oh, we actually don't have room. My only big Java jealousy as a Bedrock player is full offhand use. The rest of it doesn't really much bother me. For me, it's the way that you move. I feel like the way that I move in Bedrock is so different than Java. I feel like I'm playing a different game. Thankfully that ghast is no longer around. Bally, that was the other thing that I was going to bring up. I tried Bedrock on the Xbox just as a way to like kick around, check out some stuff, do a little bit of homework for the podcast when I'm like relaxing on the couch. Minecraft with a controller is like nails on a chalkboard. It is so slow, especially in the inventory. Just can't do it. But I'm also someone that really also dislikes first-person shooters on a controller. I got used to Borderlands, but if I had an opportunity, I would much rather use a keyboard and mouse. I'm way more accurate. I feel like I suck. I feel like I'm performing well below what I'm capable of when I play a first-person shooter with a controller. Oops, message scrolled upwards. Just gonna repeat myself. Yeah, the mod works for Fabric. I'm on window 1.21.10. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jumbo. Appreciate it. I must have just looked at the list too quickly and not seen it. So we will take a look. I don't think I need the concrete. We're doing mostly redstone stuff and water stuff. So I'll got a water source down there. It should be good. So the geode farm is really not that far, which is great. And we were able to put a lot of the collection mechanism, which is just the water streams down there. But what we need to do is more of that. This is our signal coming up. So I just need to hook up more pistons. And I guess we need to have that signal go up a little bit farther, don't we? So that is the next mission, is to get that all the way up. I guess we should start at the top. Problem is that some of this stuff is going to end up collecting on itself, which is not great. So we're not going to be able to utilize all of these nodes. For example, like this one right here, there's no point. And it's also very dark. We should put up some lights. Yes. I don't know, did I bring enough scaffolding? I probably didn't. not kicking around. Oh, I see. Let's try to make one access point. I feel like that'll work. I'm probably going to eventually want to put some sort of decorative wall around this thing. For now, though, let's do this. So then I could find a spot here to just make a ladder. Probably somewhere here would make sense. I may regret putting it there. Let's move it over a little bit farther. The axolotls roaming around is definitely distracting. I could put it in front. Okay. That means we don't need this anymore. And that gets us up here to the exit as well as top of the farm. Nice. Now at some point, I think we're going to need a repeater. I don't know if we can get this all the way up. I guess it doesn't have to go too much higher. Forgotten Poet, hello. No, not Forgotten Poet. FOT Gotten Poet? How do you say your name? Just poet? Cool. You've got a lot of extra letters if you just want to be called poet. I'm not sure if you knew that. The good news is anything that lands in this water is going to be taken up to the top. I think that's as high. No, we'll have to go a little bit higher if I want to get that top node. How far do we got to go? Some of these might not even be worth going to get. I think this one will be, though. I think I need to put the piston against that. Is that too high? That's too high. That's where it's going to go. And some of this is probably not worth doing. They're just going to fall on neighbors. I feel like that one is, though. These are all temporary blocks. This is going to take a long time. I wish that pistons were easier to place. I should also be careful and use my other pickaxe so I don't accidentally mine off one of these nodes. Maybe I should switch to something like dirt for the scaffolding. That might be a good idea. Feel like it would be better to go down by one more block. Mined out amethyst clusters always look better than I expect. Yeah, they look pretty cool, don't they? I mean, I've got shaders on, and so it's really strange because they've got this like light emanating from the top of them, but then they're really dark the light doesn't actually light up the block, so it's strange. It's not necessarily an emissive texture like you'd think it would be. Moss would be a good block, actually, because I could just punch that out. So I'm going to turn on the signal here. So that repeater is going to put out a full signal, just like that would. I feel like I'm slower on ice. Slipperier, but slower. Yeah, like without shaders, I mean, I could turn them off. Nope, wrong button. I mean, that's kind of dull. It's not exactly amazing. Although, my frame rate goes through the roof. It's crazy how little frames I get. How few frames I get when I switch. So 180 versus 35-ish. So that does not get all the way up. So somewheres along here, we have to have a repeater. I don't know that I know how to do that. Because we have to get this up to this level. No, even higher. I guess we could pull it from here. That's fine. I mean, I could step it up from the wall, put a repeater there, and then bring it up on an angle over here. I just think it would be cooler to have it springboard from directly from here, right? Oh, wait a minute. That's too tall. This is the right level for over there. Streaming is an hour. Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate the reminder. So this actually doesn't need to go here. So what is the best way to boost the signal? This is the last of it. I'd have to do something here. If I put a repeater there, would it work? There's just no way to turn it around. Maybe the solution is going to be to use the wall. No, that doesn't work. Okay. So I might have to... Well, that gets power. But this doesn't? That does. Right. It might be better, actually, to just have the redstone signal start higher. So rather than trying to repeat it up here, I just need, like, I don't need it necessarily to start until we get at least to that level. So I could just put the clock higher. I think that's probably the easiest thing. Okay, cool. That is west. We need to go this way. Cool. I need to take a short break, folks. I do this about once an hour. It gives me a chance to refresh my coffee. You can grab a snack, grab a friend. I will be right back. Since we're on amethysts, recently the amethyst crystal, I missed it, has been arrested and charged with mountains of evidence. It's a case that was crystal clear. You give away the punchline before you get to the punchline, Blast, every single time. Yes, it's going to be a full automatic amethyst farm. It's not going to be 100% efficient because we're not going to bother with the crystals that are on the top and the bottom, I don't think. We're just going to do the 4 sides because we can't do all 6. Lord Andy, hello, how's it going? I think I might want to make this wider. I feel like the noise on the gravel and clay blocks is now lower. Do folks find it hard to hear the block noises on my stream? Music for gaming sounds good to you? Okay, cool. Everybody else says sounds good. Okay, so instead of starting at the top, let's start at the bottom with a minimum height. And I would say, so that one we might go at from the side, right? So I would say our minimum height is probably 2 or 3 blocks up. Right? So this one, we would probably put the pistons here. Like that. Although that might hit That might hit. Oh no, that'll be covered in water. Never mind. Should be fine. So those will go there. That means that this is the minimum height for our first redstone bit. And where does it need to get to? Here, maybe there. And there's a few things up here I need to worry about. So yeah, we'll want to steer clear and go, oh, no, it's there. I'm sure this is going to end up looking like a web of stuff, so that's going to be a problem there. SweetSandi gifted a tier 1 sub to Music Free Gaming. Thanks very much, SweetSandi. Sorrow of Suffering used 100 bits, and Mikatu resubscribed with Prime, and Bally used 100 bits. Thanks very much, folks. That's a hype train, level 2. Wow. Great way to kick off the week. Thanks for the support. Jumbo Sale Gaming with 100 bits. Thanks very much. So this has to be our first connection here. And this doesn't have to be a repeater, but it's probably just going to be good practice to have it. Oh, that's not going to work. We have to go lower. I was right the first time. Switch that back. I was right the first time. I should really put down water to collect all this stuff and then just collect it at the top. Probably be easier. My buckets. There you go. Blast Jordan gifted a tier 1 sub. Jumbo Sale Gaming with another 200 bits. Thanks very much. That's 2 minutes left on a hype train. If you want to join in, it's either a tier 1 sub, 100 bits, or a Prime Gaming sub. That'll get you an access to an emote. And if you decide to sub, then you get access to the Discord, but you can also do that on patreon.com if you want to go that route. How to make everybody dizzy. There. Now anything that gets in there will just go up and be put in a chest. The repeater has to go here. Oh, we're gonna need target blocks, I guess? Or just a single block? Thanks very much for the hype train, folks. Appreciate it. What emote did you get? Make sure you throw it in chat. I guess I didn't get one. This is all new. All emotes are unlocked. Oh, you get the drippy frog. Cool. That's fun. I guess I should probably put some of this down, shouldn't I? A wizard goes by many names. Nice. Can I do this with just a solid block? I don't think I can. That one will work, but that one needs a repeater. That'll work for those guys. And then the ones underneath.
Not to be nagging you in any way, but both Cosmic and I have tried to let you know that you missed a sub from Retro Shaggy.
Oh, did I? Thanks. That's a creepy way to say it with the whatchamacallit, the Twilight Zone good. Thanks very much. I appreciate the heads up. Retro Shaggy resubbed with Prime for 4 months. Retro, thanks very much. Sorry I missed it. That's what happens when you're trying to read them all out at once. Okay, so that will work for that one. That's those 4. Yeah, they've really reduced the sound distance. I can barely hear that from here. And that's only like 8 blocks. Alright, so that will work. That's good. That's that node taken care of. So the thing is now we've got to move the source up to there. So our lever gets to go there. I don't need any of this. That doesn't give us a lot of room. I don't know if our signal is going to get all the way up to the top. Not quite. I guess I could step it up this last little bit of the way with a repeater. So we'll fork these two off of the same thing. So this will go here. I guess we can just continue this along and then have it go up. I was hoping to get it all the way up to there. That's just annoying. So instead, we'll put the repeater here. And then we'll just fork it off here. Maybe we'll just take it straight. That guy doesn't light up. Probably better to take it up here. Is that all four of those? Yes. Full block reminder for what? For pistons? Oh, look, so if I put a full block in the corner part. Hold on. Go up. When you place the slab with redstone on top and the piston didn't extend. Right. So you're saying I gotta take these out anyway. these corner blocks, if these were full blocks, they would work. Ah, gotcha. Well, I still have to go over this to get to there. But just for visuals, we could have these be, nope, full blocks. And then I wouldn't technically need these. I might just leave them in here for fun. But I do need more pistons. Oh, you know what? I don't have any cobblestone down here. Fair enough. Iron. Don't have any iron ingots either. Good. Gonna need more than that. What's the bottleneck here? Cobblestone. This is something I'd like to automate eventually too. Here in the area. That'd be fun. Okay, that goes back there. Take it easy, Mikatu. Good to see you. I probably don't need to be bringing my sword and everything else with me, but every now and again in these lush caves we run into some mobs. Usually the stuff that trips me up on stream, folks, is context. I can usually grasp concepts. It's when, because there's always a delay, right? You folks are always just a little bit behind. Or I see your comments just a little bit after you've sent them. Oh, crap. I don't know where that went. It went nowhere. Now, this is not going to be lossless. There's still going to be parts of this that dispense amethyst crystals that will hang or sit on some of the other redstone components, and that's fine. I'm not overly worried about it. Okay, so we put solid one there. We'll just put solids in all the corners as like a design thing, but also we'll cut down on the amount of redstone that we need. So that didn't need a solid block. That's a slab. Now this is going to need to stay lit up. And I don't remember where the middle of the farm is. I think it's these two blocks here. So maybe we'll do, I think it's 2 by 2. So that's, I think that's the middle here. And then over this way, I think it's there. So that's those ones set up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, I can't see. 4. That's the top level. And then I guess we'll do, it might be better in some cases to bring the redstone down. So like this is so close. It's probably gonna be better to step the redstone down to those guys. Right? Because there's nothing above it. And that's a decent cluster. So we'll put one there. Ooh. And looks like also here. No, wrong place. That's where we want it to go. Now, can I get the redstone down that far? Maybe? That was weird. There should not have been... Oh, I guess if it falls directly on the ice, that's going to be an issue, isn't it? Huh. Okay, we might have to rethink that water flow system. Again, it's never going to be lossless. There's always going to be something. Quasi-connectivity? Yeah. I understand why it's still in the game, because people would lose their minds if it wasn't, but it's not. I don't think it's a very good feature. Did I put a piston over there? I'm going to put one here. And then also there. Don't think I can reach that. Oh, I can. Where are you? Where did you come from? Probably farther away than I think. Oh, okay, so we're running out of steam here, so we could put another repeater in here. Probably a good spot for it would be there. So I need another piston here. Nope. Annoying. Nope, that's not where it goes either. We need it in that space. And Those are extended. This is not going to be the prettiest farm, that's for sure. The 4 ice blocks under the geode specifically, if they fall there, they might not have enough sideways momentum to touch the water and can merge with other items and would just be passing by. If the entity on the ice is the older one, it survives the merge and stays there. Right. Yeah. So we probably want to have something like a waterfall there, like put water on top of slabs. So instead of having the signs here, we would probably just have a slab or something. And then we'd have to waterlog a stair, maybe. I don't know about, I don't want it to all pile up, because that means like everything that's coming in through here would potentially get stuck there, and then that's not something I want. So I could put a slab here and then put water on top of it, and then I don't know how we keep the water here from flowing down though. That's the issue. Easiest way might be just lower the connection channel. Oh, like just drop that by a block? Yeah, and then we could have like a double. Yeah, I know what you mean. If I lowered it, then I don't think I would need... I could probably just have water continuously flow. Oh, there's nothing, like there's, I mean, when I say nothing below, like we're only at Y level 16, so there's lots of room. Got absolute tons of room. Can you guys hear that blue jay? Speaking of the jays, did the jays play last night? More importantly, did they win? I didn't see anything in my news feeds. I feel like all of these are good. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to be able to do that one. So that's probably going to be an issue. And then I think these will just pull off of a different level and bring it around. These ones, the pistons have to go on that level. I need redstone from there. Really, I guess I could just pull it to the side here. Because there's already a repeater here. I know I don't have to have a solid block there, I just think it looks better. Then the piston would go in that space. I've got piston, 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 piston. And then I think it goes down. I'll do these ones first. Yes, on to the World Series. Nice. That's good. I'm not even a big baseball fan, but my sister and my brother-in-law are big Jays fans. That goes there. We've got one there. Again, these should be, I wish these would placed like logs. Rather than the direction you're facing, I think they should be placed based on the face that you're aiming. I know that's not going to work. We can do that one too. And that one. Oh, I missed one. Okay, so I guess this could be solid like that. This could just go across the back of them, couldn't it? I don't need these. Moss was a good idea. I feel way less self-conscious about breaking something using the moss. I don't know why that matters. And then we have others to then go across here. So I've got 1, 2, 1, 2, Third one there. This is, I'm sure, not the most efficient way to do this, but I do kind of want it to look cool from other angles. Not that it's something I'm going to be looking at a lot, but when you're making content, you kind of want your farms to look nice. Oops. Okay, so for these ones, I guess we'll just go across here. That takes care of those two, but then we have to backtrack. Cool. Is that everything on this level? Looks like yes. So then we're just on to this one on the end, which I can probably just step down to. Probably the easiest way. I think it's a little bit easier the farther you are away from these things. Placement of redstone components is a bit annoying at times. I think that Tweakaroo has some options to adjust the placement and direction of all kinds of blocks, but unfortunately the blocks like that, it won't work on servers unless there's a mod provides accurate placement protocol. Yeah. I like the terracotta rotation wrench from Vanilla Tweaks, but it doesn't work with the redstone rotation wrench. Like there's something about the two data packs that conflict. So I don't think you can have them both at the same time. And I don't know if it works on pistons. I guess that's just going to get powered? Sure. Don't know how that's getting powered. By the pistons next to it, I guess? That's so weird. Oh, maybe that one? So that air block is getting powered? I need more purple. That's annoying. Of course, I can't fit through there. Yeah, pro tip: definitely use moss in your geode farms. I think it's a lot nicer. That one's already getting powered. I might just put something here just to be sure. Oh, we run out of juice. Yes. Can't put a repeater there. Here, I guess. That bat is driving me crazy. Oh, I need another one there. I mean, ultimately, some of these are just going to end up falling on stuff below. How do we even power that? Well, that's never going to get power, right? But that's never going to get harvested, so we might as well just remove it gently. And then put a block there. And then means we can probably get rid of this. I probably should have picked something that blends in with the pistons as opposed to the purpur. Deep slate slabs or something. Deep slate would have been good. I don't know. That might have been too boring. This feels redundant, but I don't think there's another way to do it. It just feels messy, right? All right, is that everything now on that level? No, we've got more over there. Yes, some of these it may not be worth doing. There is a slime chunk nearby, apparently. I just realized I can put a lot of this spare stuff in the chests above. Cool. Let me go and get up top, and I'll take another short break. I'm probably going to make a slime farm, but I don't need one. I've got a slime farm elsewhere that's so full that it just wouldn't be... I can definitely go get as much slime as I need. Jumbo Sale, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for the links as well for the new connected texture mod. Really appreciate it. And with that, Rainbow, I'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes. Thanks again for the support this morning, folks. Really appreciate it. And if Twitch isn't where you like to support your favorite creators, I do have a Patreon page. It's just my name, Joel Duggan on Patreon, and it is a great way to access the Discord, and it renews automatically, so you don't have to manually resub every month. And it's only $2. So if you're curious about that, then check it out. Pretty fun Discord too, I have to say. And not a Discord that's going to overwhelm you with a lot of stuff either. It's a lot of kind of chill folks like me. I know you're shocked, right? That's not going to work. Put one there though. So some of these, it feels like it'd be good. Start maybe a new level. We do have an opportunity to put some here though. That's not going to work. That will be one. These ones, I guess we could push sideways. So like this is not going to be super useful because it can't go anywhere, right? It'd be more about doing these ones, I think. Feel like these we could push sideways. Rather than down. Yeah, I don't know exactly how we're going to do this. Some dense clusters over here that just don't make a lot of sense to harvest. This we can do. And that we shouldn't do it. I guess we could put a piston in that space. And these ones for sure too. Canada Raz, hello, how's it going? Am I going to be able to finish the farm today? I don't think so. I think this is just a little bit too slow going. I started the stream early, but I still can't do more than 3 hours today. That get one? Yes. Why not? I apologize if you guys can hear my phone. I'm waiting for a delivery and I don't want to miss it, so I've left my phone alerts on. I don't know whether to just step it down from here. I've kind of gone around in a place I wasn't planning on doing anything. Yeah, this is really, really dense in through here. I don't know what I should be doing. That can't have one. That one could. I guess that one could too. Where am I? There we go. It does all start to look the same after a while. There's a new snapshot. What's in the snapshot? I could use a break from some redstone. Let's see. We've got new features. Spear weapons. Spear now deal more damage through charge attack dealt by players, but also mobs. They made them more powerful? Really? The spear model is now slightly larger. Spears provide visual feedback when they hit a target in the charge attack. Lunge enchantment. Using lunge it no longer causes durability damage to the spear. They removed durability entirely. Wow. Spears consume hunger. Using lunge now consume hunger points by exhausting the player, similar to sprinting or jumping. That's probably a better change. I bet you Pixelriff's happy about that. Yeah, that's a big change. I'm still waiting for us to be able to use spears and dispensers. I don't want them to shoot out. I want them to like stick out like a spike and then come back in. Lunge can only be used if the player has at least 6 hunger points in their hunger bar. Level 2 consume... they've made it so you can't repeat lunge still. You're going to have to lunge, eat, etc. Zombie Nautilus can no longer be placed in boats, so you can't move them around. Data pack versions, blah, 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 blah. World border, loot functions, enchantments, textures. Small snapshot. There's really not much going on, is there? Huh. They really don't want players to use it for movement, huh? Yeah, that doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it. So I've got to figure out how to power these pistons. got 4 down here. If I remove this, right? And then put a solid block in there. All I really need to do is get to that solid block. Oh, I ran out of juice. Ran out of juice. I don't know. I guess I could put a repeater. Here? Oh, but then that cuts off the other way. What about here? Oh, that just doesn't step down. That did it. Maybe I don't need this. Nope. Okay, cool. I didn't think I needed that. So that gets those, but these ones are not going. Again, this is not something we can harvest ever. So I can just go like that. I think that's everything we need over here. Yeah, some of these just won't be able to have a piston. Those I think I'm going to attack from a different angle. I guess I could have like a repeater around here or something. But we'll just get rid of this for now. We're still going to have more amethyst than I know what to do with. I think, even with the losses. It'd be fine. So we can put one there too. You don't know whether that one's a waste of time or not. Amethyst farms are notorious for being unique designs. By definition, many people will build flying machine farms as they are easy patterns to follow. How would a flying machine farm work in here? Wouldn't it hit the amethyst blocks? Like the budding amethyst blocks? I'm sort of realizing one of the flaws in my design from above, and that I left a lot of these crystals open. So really what I should be doing is putting like a solid block here on all the nodes and using that to power as many pistons around the outside as I can, right? So again, example, just take this out, put in a block, and connect it. Oh, out of pistons, right. That means we gotta go top side and make more. You make these sets of flying machines for the X, Y, and Z directions, such that none of them hits the budding amethyst blocks. Okay. Basically cut out the 2D shape of all the amethyst blocks, and the remainder is a flat shape that you run back and forth. Cut out a 2D shape. Just accept that you can't get everything. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Iron. I probably have a bunch of stuff in here I could use too. So this is where everything gets sent up. When they enter into the water stream, this is where I have everything coming out. So we can get our moss back. The rest of the goodies, this can just rot and disappear. Is that a lush cave underneath the Mushroom Island? Oh, there's a huge lush cave. Huge lush cave. Yeah, check this out. For anybody that might be new. So each one of these little targets was an azalea tree. You can see all the azalea trees around. So we've got a rather large lush cave underneath the Mushroom Island. So it's all lit up, so we don't have, I won't say zero spawns, but we don't have very many spawns happening in here. We do have a couple of farms because we can get glow ink, obviously a lot of fish. This is probably full of fish now that I think about it. Oh no. Is this? This might be. Oh, can I not get at that? I probably can't get at that. Yeah. And then we have a creeper farm over here that's slow. It's probably better now that we're working closer to it, but it doesn't render into spawning distance. But I mean, that's not bad. I'll take it. We're even getting some glow ink from the water trap, which is funny. But that's better than nothing. And that's more than enough for me. Like, that's more than enough for the rockets. If I was going to make TNT, I might want a more efficient creeper farm. Now, where's my exit? There it is there. Yeah, there's azalea trees everywhere. The lush cave that we're actually in building the Amethyst geode connects to that big cave at some point. I don't exactly know where, but it does connect. I'm also gonna be that guy. Something about the 2-block ceiling in Minecraft that always feels claustrophobic to me. I missed entirely. Wish you had planned your infrastructure better in your long-term world. That's what I'm doing here. Is I'm mostly planning infrastructure before I start building bigger systems. Trying to figure out how to get this all to work together. The only part about walking away from this and going to get more supplies is that I completely lose track of like where I am and what I was doing. I don't need anything there. These guys need power. I guess I could come up from there. That makes sense. See, this we could just do with a single block here. That should do all 3 of them. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to use that. Yeah, some of these we're just never going to get, right? That's definitely in between. We could probably step it up from here. That was dramatic. And then to get to these guys, I guess I could just do here. Oh no, that's not going to work. Oh, it doesn't reach. Dang it. That's right, we'll just put a repeater somewhere along here. Doesn't have to go up anywhere, does it? Oh, that's not going. So this needs to be a solid block. Which means I guess I could probably do it there instead. That way I could put a repeater here. And that does that one, but not this one, oddly enough. I feel like I did this before and it worked. Solid block. Oh, but it's going directly into the side of it. Right. So for this, I would need probably a solid block here. Nope. We might have to go out farther to the side and come into it from the side. Oh, I can't do that in case I want to block that off. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I don't need to travel past this, do I? No, I can just do this. Oh, but then that won't power the block below it. Yeah, I know I could use a target block, but its target block would really clash with everything, so I'm trying to not do that. I guess the idea would be just to come here and go lower first. Because then I could go directly into a solid block here. There we go. Oh, that was meant to put a piston on. I think that takes care of most of this side. It's really hard to see with all the moss around. Couple spots over there. Definitely a spot here. Oh no, that's not going to matter. Man, this is going to take a long time. So I guess we could probably use the same redstone signal for some of these. Although that's going to be tricky. That's going down. We could have... There's no real way to push these. I guess some of these we could push sideways. I feel like the new camera mod for 1.21.10 is stiffer somehow. Kay the River Cat, hello, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm doing alright. Busy start to the week. Busy start to the week. So this is probably where the clock is going to go. Obviously, we'll have to move these. DSGZ, what's up? How's it going? Farm's okay, it's slow. It's really, really slow. I'm trying to get the most out of it, but also understanding and knowing that I'm not going to get as much as I want or as much as I can. It's like, it makes my eye twitch, which is fine. Like I understand that it's not going to be something I can do, but it does still kind of bug me a little bit. Like this I know we can now do very easily. Nope, not what I want. Guess I have to go around the other side for that one. Right, and then for this, all we need to do is just break it down. That'll do all of them. I also had probably not premature, but dreams of making this look nicer than I think it's really looking, and that's also bothering me. Bit I'm informed, those crystals grow on the purple blocks, and then you're automating pistons to push them off and collect them? Yes, that's how it works. There are two types. There are amethyst crystal blocks, which I have somewhere. Maybe not. So there's amethyst blocks, and then there's budding amethyst blocks. The budding ones are the ones that you can see, and it's hard to see with a crystal actually on it, but there's like a little X on it. It looks different than a regular crystal. Oh no, crystals that don't end up in the water we'll take the loss. I'm not worried about that. Oh, here's a good example. So you can see the X, the little X on it. That's a budding amethyst. Regular amethyst just kind of looks like that without the X. And so what happens is that they grow over time. It's usually about 5 or 10 minutes. And then we're going to set a timer in that space there to send the signal up once every 10 minutes, maybe. It doesn't really matter. And then that will harvest. The pistons will push off the crystals. The crystals will fall down into the water. Like, do I have anything I can throw? Yeah, I can throw that. Like that. And that gets sent into the middle. And then that gets shot off into a chest up on the surface. We don't need any of this stuff. These are just all getting powered. Yeah, cool. And if you break any of the budding amethyst blocks by accident, you can't get them back. So that's why I'm kind of tiptoeing around a lot. All right, that really takes care of most of this side, I think. Fastest Meat Man, hello, welcome in. How'd you find the stream? There's a lot of folks here today. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, so they're in very specific locations. I don't have anything else. This is the other thing, is that we're going to end up with some stuff just like falling onto our redstone lines. So we're going to have to do that a little bit tighter. I think this is everything on this side. Oh, crap. Just found by random. Nice. Glad that Twitch is at least recommending it. It was a pretty big geode, yeah. The thing is, when you start to clear out the geode, all the buds that were blocked by other blocks, they can then sprout crystals, so it becomes pretty easy to get more. This came from there. I don't know that this is at the right. I might have pulled that at the wrong level. See here, remove that. I don't know that that's really going to make a difference there. I don't know if we push them to the right, if they'll despawn. They might drop when the pistons move. That's the other thing. So I could put another piston there. I don't know what happens if that pushes down. That's not going to work. Why? Oh, I heard it hit the water. So maybe it goes through the one that's there? Means I could put another one here too. So that went off to the side. So it might be worth it to put like a block there. Nothing above that. So some of them we just won't get a chance to really harvest, right? And then so that pushes those down. They're just going to sit there. There's not really anywhere for them to go. But because these are top blocks, we're not going to be harvesting these anyway. I don't think. So I could put stuff like that there, and it might shoot it out to the side. a fence post or a wall might shoot this stuff out to the side. That's a good call too, because they've got a different vertical hitbox. Do I need to go up higher? No. Where am I? There we go. So do I want to run the signal down that way? Probably just want to take a new one. A different level. What I need to do is clear this out. Am I too high again? I'm too high again. This should work. Right, so we've got all these guys here. And I don't want to put pistons underneath places where there's crystals falling. So in this situation, it might be better to use the bottom one and not the top ones. SweetSandi, thank you for being awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, like I can't use any of those. It would be nice to get those. But we're getting to a point now where like there's just a lot of stuff above it. Here what we could do though is put the pistons on the side. So we're never going to be able to collect that one. This one here. But what we could do is put pistons here. The question is just how do we power them? I guess I could put them facing the other way too. Because again, this won't ever grow. Does anybody know if budding amethyst blocks convey redstone? They're a solid block, right? Thank you, SweetSandi. Appreciate it. I feel like this would just shoot them off to the side. Oops. So something into that block. Unfortunately, that's going to be something that's blocked at the top. So I'd have to put it into different directions. So in some cases, we're probably just going to end up sacrificing some stuff. Yeah, like there's no way to approach these without blocking the stuff from above. I'd say from the back is probably the one that's going to be the least problematic. There is going to be a bit of a delay too. Maybe. Right, so this could all get powered from this signal. Oh, that has to come in from a different angle though. And maybe that's how we power those ones? No, can't get the signal over there without being in the way of all kinds of stuff. So yeah, there's a real issue with like the lines that you make farther down getting in the way of stuff that you've made farther up. It does feel claustrophobic despite the fact that it's a lot of open air. So that's obviously a slime chunk. So all I need to do is get redstone to that one right there. And I think the way I had it planned originally was going to work. Oh no, I can't go up that way. That gets those 4 done. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what to do about the ice. I think the double deep collection chamber will be the solution there for sure. Will I make a slime farm there? There's other slime chunks. There's lots of slime chunks. I will probably build a slime farm, but it'll probably happen at a place that's more convenient. I mean, we're within... I'm not sure if you can see it on the map, but like there's a little, see the little T there and the little T there? That's the 128 from the middle of this. And I'd like to try and keep things central only because it's kind of fun to be central on the island. If I wanted to build a bunch of really accurate farms, I would build my base right over that hole in that huge lush cave. But then that puts the whole sci-fi area base like way up here, and it feels kind of weird stuck in the corner. I feel like I'd rather have it central and then branch out. I kind of want to cover this whole island and stuff. Like this is another fun, large, long-term project. I just haven't decided on any kind of style yet, so I'm doing all the logistics and trying to figure out where things are located, like where do I want to have things loaded in all the time, because that's going to affect how I shouldn't say how, where I choose to build. But I am definitely at my wit's end today, though. That's a lot of very close-up Minecraft work, so I think what we will do is call it there. I'm going to send you on to somebody else playing Minecraft, though, so don't go anywhere. I'd like to send this crew on to another person. Yeah, we're doing all right. Like, we've got, I want to say maybe 30% done. Maybe. The top level is done, plus some of the side. Yeah, 30% to half, because we're not going to be able to collect all of it. Some of the ones over here are going to be easier because they're alone, so it's a lot easier. There's a lot of dense stuff over here that's going to be a real pain. But yeah, it's not going to be much to look at. This slime is really gunning for me, isn't he? He might actually get me. Can you fit up here? You're going to try. You need to be on a diet, my friend. You made me destroy my epic ladder. It might be fun to actually have a group of slimes that are name tagged and just have them like bouncing around the island. That could be kind of fun. Anyway. Let's see who is live on Twitch playing some Minecraft. I haven't seen Megabyte in a while. I don't have anybody. Anybody have any recommended streamers? Joel does words. Blast Jordan, you're welcome. Thanks very much for being here. I'm not seeing very many people at all doing Minecraft that I'm familiar with. I guess we'll tag someone doing Satisfactory then. People are probably taking a day off after TwitchCon. Yeah, that's a tough list. There's not very many people alive right now. You know what? 2D Curie is a great streamer. She's playing Magistry like Lasaria, which is a review K, but she's super chill. I think you will enjoy your time there. And I've not had a chance to raid 2D Curie in a long time, so I will send it over that way. Is Math Girl playing Minecraft, Kayla Rivercat? I can also send you over to Math Girl. You think it's a similar vibe? I can do that too. Anyway, I will point you towards the Spawn Chunks podcast. It's free. It's on YouTube right now. You can also download it on your favorite podcasting app. It's all about Minecraft. Recorded a new episode yesterday. Check out the Patreon page. It's patreon.com/JoelDuggan. And of course, follow me on social media for details about when I go live. Sometimes when I go live a little bit early, I'll tweet and post on Blue Sky that I'm live as well. Math Girl is on Dragonfell SMP. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that then. I'd rather send you guys to someone doing Minecraft. So we'll do Math Girl. I've never rated them, but it should be a good time. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks. I will see you tomorrow. It'll be probably 10 o'clock Atlantic, back to my normal time tomorrow. So I will see you then. Bye for now.